Welcome to part 2 of choosing a trainer, where we're going to now go through some major red flags to look for when it comes to selecting a trainer or a performance coach who's right for you. Now, as I was going through this, I realized that there are way too many red flags for me to put in this one single video, so I tried to shorten it down to these 5, and I'm going to relate most of these to choosing a performance coach in order to train athletes, because again, I could go way too long on this. So these are some major red flags to look out for. If you see one or two of these things when you're looking for a trainer or coach, run for the hills. Number 1, no credentials. If this person calls themselves a legitimate sports performance coach, strength and conditioning coach, athletic trainer, whatever they say their title is, and they have absolutely no credentials, no education, no certifications, that means they don't take themselves seriously here. They probably don't really know what they're doing, and they've never worked at a facility that even required them to have these credentials, where they could attain the knowledge that they didn't gain from some of these credentials. So I would steer clear of these people. Like I said in the first video, there are some good trainers out there who don't have the credentials, but 99 out of 100 are not going to be good, and they're not going to be nearly as good as the people who did take the time to go get the credentials, because that shows you that this person takes it seriously and this is their profession. So if they have absolutely no credentials, or they're not at least a certified strength and conditioning coach, a certified strength and conditioning specialist, which is CSCS, a USA weightlifting sports performance coach, which is USAW, or SCCCA, which is strength conditioning coach certified, then you need to just dig a little bit deeper. I'm not saying that you have to steer clear completely, but I would pop that up as a major red flag. Number 2, the I played this sport guy. We've all come across this guy. He thinks that he can train your football player to make him bigger, stronger, faster because he played football at whatever level, collegiate, professional. Most of these guys didn't actually play at the level that they say they did. They're trying to make up for their lack of credentials by saying they played the sport at some level. But even if they did, even if they were a Pro Bowl wide receiver, and your son is a wide receiver, you're hiring this coach to improve their athletic abilities, not teach them how to play football. If you were hiring a wide receiver to teach him how to be a wide receiver and play football, that's a different story. We're talking about a performance coach. A performance coach has a very unique skill set and educational background, one that you don't get when you're playing professional football. So again, I'm not saying anything wrong with a coach who's played professionally, and there's plenty of them who then went and learned exercise science and learned these things and can implement them. But if their reasoning behind why they should be your performance coach is they played that sport at a high level, they're probably trying to make up for the fact that they don't have any idea how to actually prepare athletes and what true exercise science principles really are. And most of the time, these go hand in hand. They don't have credentials, so they say, well, I played in the NFL, I played here, I played there. So you got to be wary of those people. Again, you're not hiring this person to teach them sport-specific skills. If you are, this is the wrong video for you. If you're hiring them to train them as an athlete and be a performance coach and work on things like psychology and physical preparation, strength, speed, power, endurance, mobility, whatever that is, playing the sport at a high level does not give you the prerequisite knowledge to train the person in those qualities. So stay away from the I played this sport guy unless he's got some other credentials or background. The guy who says character building, if the number one thing that they say in their program is character building, that's what you're going to get with your athletes, I would be very wary of this person. I've noticed that a lot of trainers out there who are not qualified, who are not credentialed, who are running these speed training sessions in the park, who have their own speed businesses, they usually use the term speed because they can just do running stuff and it looks like something that would be speed training, and somehow up at the top, character building, family, faith always seems to be worked into that conversation. Character building is great. It's a big part of sports, and it's really important, and your kids should be getting that from sport coaches. But if you come to me, character building is going to be something that you're going to get out of the hard work that we're going to put in, but I'm going to make you a better athlete. And that's what you're coming to me for. If you're coming to me to build character, then fine, maybe go to one of these people. But if you're coming to me to improve your speed, and within the top couple things I tell you that I'm going to do is build character, I would be very weary of that. And typically that's used because there's not really any tangible result that you can put on that. If you come to me and you run a 5-second 40-yard dash and you say, I want to improve my speed, and you train with me for 12 weeks and you run a 4.8-second 40-yard dash, there's a very clear-cut result that I've gotten you, and we've gotten to that point. But if I say, well, we don't really know about your speed, your power, your strength, but we've built some character and discipline, then again, that just becomes all this kind of foofy stuff up in the air that you can't put your hand on, and therefore it allows me to talk like I know what I'm talking about and get you bought in. Number 4 is planning and organization. If they don't write down what you're doing in your workouts, they don't plan out in advance what you're going to be doing, and they're just winging it off the top of their head, I've never met a trainer or a strength coach on the planet who can memorize every single thing that they do with their athletes and doesn't write anything down. It's impossible, because we have to plan progressive overload. We have to plan things in advance so that we can use our knowledge to maximize your performance. There's no way to do that for 25 different clients on a day-to-day basis and still get them to their end goal the most effectively. So they should be recording stuff, they should be writing stuff down, they should be tracking your results. That doesn't mean that every program has to be typed up and printed out and stick to it line by line. I adapt everything on the fly, but there has to be some sort of tracking. You have to be able to sit down with this person and they say, here's where you're starting, here's what we're going to do in the next 12 weeks, and here's where you should be at the end. And then after 4 weeks and after 8 weeks and after 12 weeks, we're going to check in on where we are and see if we're getting those results that we were looking for. That way you can track progress and you have an idea where we're going. Otherwise, it's probably just randomized training, and randomized training is not going to get you the results you're looking for as it comes compared to an actual periodized program. And then the last one is consistency. Has this trainer or coach been working consistently in one location for an extended period of time? Or do they bounce around every 6 months from this gym to that gym to that gym, and they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're always doing consulting gigs and doing this stuff? Maybe they're just really busy and they are doing consulting, but if they're constantly training people at a different gym every 3 to 6 months and they're not consistently staying in one place, that's a major red flag. There's probably something going on. Either they're doing something shady behind the scenes and people are kicking them out of the gym. They don't have any clue what they're doing in terms of training, so they can't stay around anywhere for very long because people start to catch on that they're full of crap. Or they're just not a person that's going to be consistent and accountable to you, because they're flaky and they can't hold anything, they can't see anything through for a long period of time. So if they're looking at their past 3 years and they've bounced around to 6 different gyms or training facilities, that's a major red flag to look out for when you're choosing this trainer or coach for yourself or for one of your kids. So those are my 5 red flags to look out for when choosing a performance coach for you. There's a lot of other ones out there, but for the sake of keeping this video relatively short, those are the 5 I'm going to go through with you today. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like my page, share this with your friends, and make sure you check in on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page for more videos and content just like this. See you next time.